In the headlines, leaders of Cần Thơ City work with the permanent board of Vĩnh Thạnh Suburban District Party Committee on the execution of tasks in the first 2 months of 2022. Aquaculture breeding area in Cần Thơ City strongly increases. Cần Thơ City's Board for Women's Progress organized a talk team, Women in Companion with Each Other to Overcome COVID-19 Epidemic in celebration of the International Women's Day. Hello, and it's good to see you back here in this edition of Cần Thơ News and Top News today. On March 7th morning, permanent member come head of the Inspection Committee of Cần Thơ City Party Committee Vĩnh Thạnh worked with the permanent board of Vĩnh Thạnh Suburban District Party Committee on the execution of tasks in the first 2 months of 2022. In the first 2 months of the year, Vĩnh Thạnh Suburban District comprehensively carried out its tasks. Notably, it gave instructions to successfully organize the Tết of People and Soldiers 2022 in Thành Quế Khmer, the production of the winter-spring rice crop, the disbursement of basic construction capital, and budgetary collection. In March and in the second quarter, apart from regular tasks, Vĩnh Thạnh Suburban District focuses on the floor clearance of 3 projects serving the Vĩnh Thạnh Industrial Zone, mobilizing support sources for Thành Lộc Khmer to build exemplary rural areas, while preparing conditions to organize exercise of defensive area. After the first 2 months of 2022, Cần Thơ City has 1,849 hectares of marine products, representing 22% of land, a rise of 16% against the same period of the previous year. More than 28,600 tons have been harvested, representing 13% of land, increasing by 27% against the same period of the previous year. In 2022, Cần Thơ expects to have 8,500 hectares of marine products area and a total seafood productivity of 216,750 tons. According to Cần Thơ City's Agriculture and Rural Development Department, to develop production and raise efficiency of seafood breeding, the city encourages and offers support for people and businesses to make connection in chains of values, pay attention to developing production of breeds, and improve quality of seafood breeds, assist people in applying breeding procedures and techniques following standards and safety of market demands. The city has the total seafood breeding area of 339 hectares that gets the VIC-GAP, Global GAP, BAB, and ASC standards. In other news, Cần Thơ City's Board for Women's Progress organized a talk team, Women in Companion with Each Other to Overcome COVID-19 Epidemic. This is the activity within the celebration of the International Women's Day, March 8th. Attending the talk was Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Nguyễn Thị Khiển, come head of Cần Thơ City's Board for Women's Progress. At the talk, delegates together share difficulties and practical jobs done by women in overcoming epidemic through speeches presented at the talk such as roles and contributions of women in COVID-19 prevention and control tasks, real situations of applying legal skills to doing jobs while containing the epidemic, models of socializing and ensuring social security for people. Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Nguyễn Thị Khiển, come head of Cần Thơ City's Board for Women's Progress, highly valued the epidemic control task contributed by women in the past time. On the occasion of the International Women's Day, March 8th, he extended congratulations to entire women. On March 7th morning, the Trade Union of Civil Servants of Cần Thơ City organized the conference to review the women's affairs in 2021 and gender equality in the area of politics in an advance to the all-level congresses of the Trade Union. The Trade Union of Civil Servants of Cần Thơ City has 47 female affairs boards, 2,389 female members out of 2,411 female civil servants and laborers. In 2021, Grassroots Female Affairs Board unceasingly contributed to movements of female civil servants, well-organized the healthcare task for mothers and children, combining with authorities to take care of children on Children's Day and Mid-Autumn festivals. the goals of the National Strategies on Gender Equality in 2021-2030 phase and the Vietnamese Population Strategy to 2030 are to narrow gender gap, create conditions for members of the trade union, civil servants and laborers to participate and benefit from the equality in social life, while carrying out the policies and laws on population, gender equality and balancing natal gender. At the conference, delegates discussed its gender status and some solutions on gender equality in the political area. On this occasion, 22 individuals were presented merit certificates by the Trade Union of Civil Servants of Cần Thơ City. On March 7th, Ninh Kiều, Thốt Nốt, Bình Thủy, Cái Răng, Thới Lai and Cờ Đỏ localities simultaneously organized the International Women's Day and the 1982nd anniversary of the Trương Cedars Uprising. Promoting the spirit of the International Women's Day in the past time, women in these localities have unceasingly exerted efforts to overcome challenges and heighten the self-learning spirit, try to be good at workplace and family. Many women have joined in the management task in the party-state collaborations, contributing to building the local socio-economic development. On this year's International Women's Day, Ninh Kiều Urban District Women's Union launches the Week of Áo Dài from March 1st to 8th among women and mobilizes to newly build one affectionate house for needy women in Xuân Khánh Ward, give monthly allowances for 2 children orphans by COVID-19 epidemic with a total support sum of 2 million Vietnam dong until they are 18 years old, and a total estimated sum of around 960 million Vietnam dong via the Godmother program. Ninh Kiều Urban District People's Committee commended and rewarded 7 teams and 3 individuals with good attainments in activities for women's progress. In Thốt Nốt, delegates joined the contest of displaying certain forecasts, play and folk games to create happy and interesting atmosphere to attract the participation of a majority of women. After the gathering, leaders of Thốt Nốt district visited and presented gifts to heroic Vietnamese mothers Võ Thị Lẹ and Nguyễn Thị Chính in Thới Thuận Ward. On the Women's Day, Bình Thủy Urban District Board for Women's Progress, in combination with the Women's Union, the Labour Confederation, and the Counter Sports and Radio Transmission Center of Bình Thủy Urban District, organized the gathering and offered 120 gifts to female managers at a total value of gifts of 58 million Vietnam dong. Presented 2 affectionate houses for needy members, each valued at 50 million Vietnam dong. Inheriting and promoting the glorious traditions and international and Vietnamese women's movements, in the last 5 years, 17,013 women in Cái Răng gained 3 criteria on active learning, creative labor and happy family. 8,846 others have been recognized the title of excellent women. On this occasion, Cái Răng Women's Union organized to offer gifts to delegates and the display of women's creative business startup products. In Thới Lai, the Suburban District Labour Confederation organized the contest of display and forecast with the participation of 15 teams. This contributes to helping women have chance to exchange experiences, creating useful playground for civil and public servants and laborers in the area. Also last year, women's unions at all levels in Cờ Đỏ Suburban District established cooperative models and groups to generate settled jobs, increase income for women. At the gathering, Cờ Đỏ Suburban District Women's Union organized the contest on the charms of Áo Dài and Bà Ba with the participation of 44 contestants who are female civil servants and members of the Women's Union. On March 7th, Cần Thơ City's Politics School organized the opening for the training course for lecturers and speakers. Attending the course are trainees who are heads, deputy heads, chairman, vice chairman of districts, people's committees, and directors of the political training center of districts. In 3 days, trainees are conducted 6 topics including the socio-economic development situation of the nation and issues set for authorities at district commune levels, local authorities and deputies of people's councils at district commune level, supervisory skills of performing state budget at district commune levels in building and releasing resolutions, supervisory skills of state management on land at district and commune levels. And last but not least, we have the updated weather forecast. The updated weather forecast also wrapped up this edition of Continuous. If you want to watch again in this bulletin, please log on to our website, kenthtv.vn. And thanks for being with us. Goodbye and see you next time.